Today we're going to talk about what happened in the elections we got in the United Kingdom. Both in England, we got local elections. In Scotland, we got legislative elections, and also in Wales. We're going to recap what happened. This was a big win for Reform, a big loss for Labour, and also the Conservatives and the Greens did a lot of progress as well, more than 4x what we got previously, and Liberal Democrats were up a modest 155 councillors. As you can see here, these are the results. We got 136 councils, and Labour retained control of 28. The Liberal Democrats got 15, up 1. Reform was up 14 and conquered majority in 14 councils. And a big winner of this election was the No Overall Control, that was up 23 councils. And right now, most of them don't even have a majority. Why? Because the elections we got was just sometimes in 1/3 of the councillors were up for grabs this time. That's why Reform won in the majority of the places they won, was especially in the ones that we got everything was up for grabs. As you can see here, 75 or 75, and they won a big overwhelmingly majority, in part against Labour. So Reform did a lot of pickups, especially against Labour. You can see here from Labour from no party majority, and if you go here to Wolverhampton again from Labour. So they did a lot of pickups from Labour, and Greens did a lot of pickups from Labour as well. That's why they got destroyed, down 1.5k in terms of the number of councillors. The Greens did very well in the inner parts of London. And by the way, the Conservatives did as well very great around London. That was the strongest performance by the Conservatives since 2006, of course, in London specifically, because outside of it, that was a bloodbath as well for the Conservatives, down almost 600 seats. But that was up for most of the predictions, because the predictions were saying Reform at 1.5 mainly, and some Nigel Farage mentioned sometimes 2.2k, and that was down a bit. I'm sorry, a lot actually. Labour was projected to get 1.1, they got 1.1, but the Greens were mostly in line. The Conservatives did better than expected, even though that was still a very big loss for them. In terms of the mayoral results, you can see here in London we got Croydon for the Conservative. It's 2 pickups for the Greens pickup from Labour, and also we got Newham and Watford. That was a Liberal Democrat hold and also Labour hold. By the way, the county councils, that was great for Reform. They won Suffolk and also Essex. In Norfolk, they won't get a majority because the great Yarmouth party here, the Independent and others, they gained 9, because those 9 were here around Yarmouth, and that's why they will not get a majority. Reform, that's also a right-wing party that's similar to Reform. And as you can see here as well, these are the results by yard. You can see Reform winning a lot here in the northern part of of England, and also United Kingdom at some point. You can see here that was also all Labour basically, and now all Reform. Here you can see the same thing. Greens doing that to Labour. You can see here Labour a lot, and now we have more Greens, and they won by some pretty convincing percentages. If you go to upper tier, and if you go here, those were only here, especially here, Conservative territory, and now Reform won as some big portions of it. Also in the Scottish Parliament, the SNP will not get a majority. They're down 6 seats. Labour is up surprisingly 4 seats. Reform is tied with Labour as being the third force in Scotland, now 17 seats. Scottish Green Party is at 15, up 6, and Conservatives are down 19. That's the worst performance here in Scotland. As you can see here as well by the regions, Reform did very well there. In constituencies, they failed to conquer Banffshire and Buchan Coast, and also Aberdeenshire East. The Reform was targeting both, and they failed. That's also an underperformance by Reform here, even though they won a lot. That was still an underperformance. In a Welsh Parliament, no party has a majority as well, like in Scotland. And Plaid Cymru got 43 seats. That's up 20. And Labour here was had terribly performance. You can see here down 35 at 9 seats, 7 for Conservatives, down 22. Greens were up 2, and Reform was up 34. That's actually in line with expectations, even though Plaid Cymru did better and Labour did even worse. As you can see here in terms of the councils, those in black are the no party majority. Most of them were Labour, and now we have a lot of no party majority. The Reform won a bunch of them as well. In terms of the mayoralities, you got here as well Liberal Democrats, Greens winning 2, and Labour holding a single 1. Guys, this was the video. I hope you liked that video. Don't forget to subscribe to leave your like for more, and I'll be back tomorrow with a video, with a live stream, very important one, with the primaries in the United States. Thank you.